Wonderful. Smile. Yes, the smile. Okay. All right. And I guess we're ready. Hello, and thank you so much for stopping by today. My name is Nova, and welcome to my blog or video channel or my YouTube channel. And I really don't know who or what I'm becoming. I'm like becoming like so amazing, right? But I'm enjoying the journey of becoming, and along the journey, along the road of life, there's things that happen. And you're here today, so I'm guessing one of those major life events happened to you because it happened to me. So yes, friend, I did have that meeting, and I did receive that very unfortunate news that my position was reorged. Yes. It seems that in the job market today, we're playing a bout of musical chairs. We went through the great resignation, the great hiring, now the great layoff. One more second. And so, if you would, what comes with that is, unfortunately, sometimes things are removed or eliminated. And in that case, that means me and you, friend, we were removed. So, so lack of better words, my friend, you're not alone, and don't take any of this. So where was I? Yes. The shakeup, the great shakeup that's happening now with companies. And I mean, as it sucks, to be the one laid off, it 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 kind of worked out for the good. You'll see why. You'll see why. You'll see why in a second. You'll see why. I had a week. It took a week last week. I was notified about a week and a half ago, and I took the week to maybe gather my thoughts, if you would, check in with myself, see how I was feeling about all of this and my life and the journey so far. And during my time, I guess reflecting last week, I had a lot of time to really think about where I want to go and what I want to do. And I came up with a few points here. I believe it's 4 points. If you catch me looking down, I'm looking at our notes here. And I came across about four to five. Did I say 4 to 5? 5 points that really stood out, especially point number 2, because I was already kind of doing point number 2 last week. But I'm going to dive deeper into it here. So let's get into it. The first point is you are not alone. Don't take this personal at all. Like I said, companies are playing about musical chairs right now. They're shaking shit up, shaking shit out. It is what it is. Don't take it personal. It's just business. Plainly put, it's not your fault, and it has no reflection on you as a person, as an individual, in the amount of work or what you bring to the table. It has no reflection on you. Again, it's just business. You fulfilled your role or your service to that company during your time there, whether it was 10 years, 10 months, 20 years, 5 years, 15 years. You made an impact while you were there, regardless. You made an impact, and none of that work goes in vain, and none of it went unseen or unheard of. So remember, you're not alone, and this was not a personal decision. It had nothing to do with who you are personally. It was just business. Your role, unfortunately, has been eliminated. It's no longer needed. So that really means that you and your energy or your talents, they're needed elsewhere, and life is kind of redirecting your focus for you, or reshifting or shaking things up for you, letting you know that, hey, you're not needed here anymore. It's time to think bigger. It's time to expand your horizons and try something different, or you maybe your heart pulling you or wanting to pull you in a direction to do something more heart led, more aligned with your life's journey. I mean, your life's journey, but your life's goal here. Um, which leads me to point 2. See this as an opportunity to take the time to take a step back, to readjust, refocus, and realign to your next best opportunity, which I hope would be a heart-led opportunity, an opportunity where you can shine as who you are and you don't have to shift or conform or put yourself in a box that you're not even meant to be in the first place. So that's what taking this time and taking a step back, kind of like what I was doing last week, taking a step back to readjust, and kind of realign so that we're not right back here in a year. You see it? Because the last thing we want to do is jump back out there, applying to jobs, going on interviews, wasting everybody's time. You're getting a job and realize, A, you really don't want to be here. B, this really isn't aligning with what I want to do, and I'm finding myself to force myself to even show up. Yes, I know you're there, and I'm talking to you. We've seen you forcing yourself. We know you don't like it. And then to find yourself also having PTSD. Taking this time back is prime right now for you to work through your emotions with being laid off, so that you do not approach your next opportunity with that in the back of your head that you're going to be laid off again, because guess what? You're going to bring it to you. You're a magnet. You manifest everything. I don't want to bring that in there, but look, you manifest everything. And if you go in with that underlying energy, you will find yourself right back here in a year. So that's why it's important. Point 2 is so important, to really take that step back, take that opportunity. I know most of you were given severance, and you also have unemployment. I know that it's to your state's, trying to be political here, it's to your state's guidelines, but honestly, you were laid off. It was in no fault of yours. So I know you're going to get your unemployment. Take that time, whether it's 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, a year. Take that time, which rolls me into step 3, find your joy, or point 3. Find your joy. While you're in step 2, taking that step back, that's what you're doing. You're finding your joy. You're finding what aligns with you. That's what finding your joy is, or realigning, I should say, is finding your joy and then aligning with an opportunity that meets you in that joy and accepts you wholeheartedly. That's what I'm referring to, right? You remember when you were a kid that you would hear the ice cream truck and everything would stop? All toys stop. I have to get ice cream. That's it. And everything stopped, and you got so excited. The ice cream truck could be blocks away, right? But you heard it, and you was running straight to your corner to get your ice cream. You remember that joy that you felt when you got that Mr. Softee, or that vanilla cone with all those sprinkles? You remember that? That's what I'm talking about. Find your joy. Find what lights you up inside and go for it. And don't think that joy or that light bulb is going to die out, because that's the fun thing about doing something that you really, really love. It only lays the groundwork for that joy and that love to expand and become just so much. And it's to the point where everybody's going to feel that love that come in contact with your work. So if you're a painter, or if you're a chef, if you're a chef, that's a good example. When you really love what you do, we taste that in that food. You know, how many times you've been to a restaurant and you taste it, you're like, damn, whoever back there really love what they do, because this is phenomenal. They put their heart in it. And that's what we want to do, right? That's what we want to do. We want to align with opportunities that just we want to put our heart into, because we stand behind it so much, and it's just so, it just lights us up. You know? Find that joy and ride it. Okay? Find it and ride that wave, my friend, because you are going to ride that wave into a fantastic, beautiful life. Okay, yes. And it rolls me to point 4. Find your joy that aligns with service or servitude. So we're going to use a very basic example. Excel spreadsheets. You have the type of mind, you love formulas, you love computing things, you love putting things in boxes, and you love organizing things. You organize things so much that you in the Container Store are on a first name basis. You in the Container people, they know you because you're always there, because you organize your whole entire house. I'm going to show you 2 different ways that you can take that joy that you have for organizing things, or that knack for putting things in the right place. So on the professional side or the corporate side of things, you can show up and serve a company who may have a problem organizing their data. They may have a problem organizing their data and finding out where shit is going or what's going on. And you love to organize things. You love to put things in little boxes and get formulas and shrink it and condense it down to where it looks really, really pretty. You really, really love it. You can do that all day long. That is what I'm talking about. Finding your joy and lining up with a service need, right? Now, on the entrepreneur side of things, because that rolls me into my last and final point, is that, but let me just say it. On the entrepreneur side of things, in this example with organizing, everybody needs help organizing their life, ma'am. Where have you been? Because I need you to come help me put some things in some pretty boxes. Where have you been? No, seriously. That's exactly what you can do. You can start freelancing. You can start with your neighbors, your cousins, and just say, hey, I can organize this entire room for you and make it clean, neat, and pretty so that you can find everything you need. You can go in, pull it out, no hassle, no stress, and no wondering, where did I put my gray sweater from 2 years ago? So that's really too, you see how I took that knack for organizing and fixing things and showed you how it can go. Now, like I said, it was a very broad example, but I feel that kind of could get your gears moving in the direction that I'm trying to steer you in. And which leads me to the last point here, or statement, is your next opportunity may or may not be a 9 to 5. Once you're in step 2, chilling out, readjusting and realigning and asking yourself, what do you want? What do you want to see out of life? What do you want to take the next step to get to this life that you want to create for yourself? You may find that a 9 to 5 does not even fit in that equation for you. And you probably been knew this, friend. You probably been knew this. And again, like I said in the beginning, this layoff could have very well been a good piece of your journey for you. That nudge or that push you needed. Also, to my friends, again, your next opportunity, it may come in the form of freelance work, client work, client-based work. You may start contracting with local businesses to offer your joyful services. See, your next opportunity can come in so many different forms, but the key to it is to remain open to possibility and to allow this opportunity to come in. If you stay closed in tunnel visioned on going back in 9 to 5 or whatever, that's what you're going to get. That's what you're going to attract. And you may or may not be happy with that, ultimately. So that's why I hone so much on your heart's desires in this topic here, to align with your heart. Do something joyful. I believe we cannot change the world unless we change ourselves. I believe This world would be a much more joyful place if we allowed people to truly thrive how they thrive. I'm sorry, if we allow people to truly thrive from their heart space, I feel we would have a very, very, very different world if we had people living their lives from their hearts. Is, my friend, when it seems that life is pouring down all around you and it's pouring on you, and you don't have an umbrella, or you just lost it, or the wind took it, my friend, I invite you to dance in the rain. I invite you to have fun in the pour. And imagine that pouring down, washing away years of stagnation and making you anew so that you can really step forward in this new opportunity.